Hi everybody. In this video, we're going to look at sketching quadratic graphs. We'll work through 5 examples, and if you want to work along with me, you can download this PDF from my website. I'll leave a link in the description below. So in example 1, we need to sketch the graph of this quadratic equation. We need to show the exact coordinates of any points of intersection with the coordinate axes, and we also need to show the coordinates of a turning point. So if we begin with where the curve will pass through the x-axis, this is where y will equal 0. So 0 will be equal to x minus 4 multiplied by x minus 6. We've just replaced this y with 0 here. So x will equal 4 and x will equal 6. And we can plot these 2 points on our graph. So somewhere about here and here. Now we call these 2 points our roots. The roots are when it passes through the x-axis when y equals 0. We also need to show the intercept. The intercept is where the curve passes through the y-axis. This is when x equals 0. So now y will equal 0 minus 4 multiplied by 0 take away 6. So negative 4 multiplied by negative 6 will give us 24. So I'll plot this as our intercept at y equals 24. So our graph will be a smooth curve passing through each of these points. And we call this shape a parabola. By just tidying this up, it will look something like that. So the turning point, you can see that this is where we go from a negative gradient, where the graph is decreasing, up to this point, where it turns from a negative gradient into a positive gradient. The graph is increasing. So this point here, and this is our turning point. There's a couple of ways we can work this out. We know the parabola is symmetrical, so a turning point will be exactly halfway between the 2 roots. So this will be when x is 5. And if x is 5, we can substitute that 5 into the equation. So y will equal 5 minus 4 multiplied by 5 minus 6. So 1 multiplied by negative 1 will give us y equals negative 1. So our turning point will be at 5 and negative 1. But let's say our roots weren't simple integers. We need another way of finding this turning point, and this is through completing the square. We need to expand out these brackets. So we'll get y will equal x squared minus 10x plus 24. When we write it in completed the square form, we'll have x minus 5 minus the 25 plus the 24. So y will equal x minus 5 squared minus 1. Now you can see that this is the minimum of the curve. So we want the minimum possible value for y. But when we square something, we can never get a negative. The lowest we can get is 0. So the minimum y value is when this term equals 0. So this means that x must be equal to 5. And when this term does equal 0, the y will be negative 1. So y equals negative 1. That's exactly what we got here. So when you sketch a quadratic, you want to find its roots, its intercept, and its turning point. Let's try example 2. So do you want to read through this question and then try and sketch a quadratic yourself? Try and find the roots which lie along the x-axis, the intercept along the y-axis, and the turning point. You can pause the video and come back when you're ready. Okay, so I'll come back if you had a go. So the roots will be when each of these brackets equals 0. So x will equal 2 and x will equal negative 4. So we'll have negative 4, positive 2. The intercept, this is when x equals 0 So we'll have -2 multiplied by +4. Y will equal -8. So a graph would look something like this. The turning point, well, this will be exactly halfway between the -4 and the +2. This is when x equals -1. So when x equals -1, y will equal, we'll substitute -1 into each of these. So we'll have -3 multiplied by +3, and we'll get -9. So the turning point will be -1, -9. And we'll check this by completing the square. So if we expand these out, y will equal x squared plus 2x minus 8. In completed square form, we'll take away that 1, we'll take away the 8. And when this bracket equals 0, x will equal -1, and y will equal -9. Okay? How did you get on with that? Let's try question 3. So in example 3, we're given the equation for y in completed square form. Do you want to try and sketch this quadratic? Again, showing where it intersects with coordinate axes and the coordinates of a turning point. If we sketch the graph, we'll begin with the turning point. This will be when x minus 1 squared is the minimum, which is 0. So x will equal +1. And when this does equal 0, y will be -16. So we'll plot that about here. The intercept, when x equals 0, we'll have -1 squared, which is 1, and 1 take away 16 will give us -15. So that'll be about here. And to find the roots, this is when y equals 0. So we'll solve this equation. We'll move the 16 over to the left-hand side. We'll take the square root of both. And then we'll add 1 to both sides. So x will equal 5, and x will equal -3. I'll plot that here, and at -3. So our curve would look something like this. Let's try question 4. So do you want to give question 4 a go yourself? You can read through the question and then come back when you're ready. Okay, so I'll come back if you had a go. So the turning point, this will be when the x plus 3 squared equals 0. So x will equal -3. And when this does equal 0, y will equal -16. The intercept, when x equals 0, we'll have 3 squared minus 16. This will give us -7. And for the roots, we need to solve this equation. When y equals 0, we'll move a -16 to the left-hand side. We'll take the square root. So x will equal -3 plus or minus 4. So our roots will be when x equals 1 and when x equals -7. And I'll plot this on our sketch. We have our roots, our intercept, and the turning point. Let's try the next example. In example 5, we're asked to state the coordinates of a turning point for each of these equations. We don't need to sketch the graphs. So if I work through example A, you can try questions B and C. To find the turning point, we need to write each of these in completed the square form. So y will equal x minus 4 squared. We'll complete the square, we'll take away the 16, and we'll add back in a 1. So y will equal x minus 4 squared minus 15. The turning point will be when this equals 0. So x will equal 4. When this does equal 0, y will equal negative 15. So our turning point, 4 and negative 15. Do you want to try questions B and C? Remember, when you complete the square, you need a positive 1x squared term. So think about what you can do with this negative. You can pause the video and come back when you're ready. Okay, so welcome back. We need to begin by factoring out the negative. So y will equal negative x squared, and then we need a negative 3x. When you multiply this out, we get that positive 3x back. When we write this in completed with square form, we'll have minus x minus 3 over 2 squared, we'll complete with square, 9 over 4, and we'll close that bracket. So y will equal, expanding out this bracket now, negative x minus 3 over 2 squared plus 9 over 4. Our minimum will be when this is 0. So x will equal 3 over 2. And then y will equal 9 over 4. So that will be our turning point. How did you get on with that? If you haven't already tried question C, do you want to give it a go now? So now we need to factor out the negative 3. So we'll have negative 3 x squared minus the 2x plus 5 over 3. And then we'll complete the square from this part. So negative 3 x minus 1 squared minus 1 plus 5 over 3. It's easier to work with the common denominator for these terms. So I'll write that 1 as minus 3 over 3. So we'll get negative 3 x minus 1 squared plus 2/3. Now we'll expand out this bracket. So y will equal negative 3 lots of x minus 1 squared. This term will be negative and the 3's will cancel. So minus 2. Our turning point will be at 1 and negative 2. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you want more practice on this topic, you can download the worksheet and view the online lesson from my website, mrmathematics.com. I'll leave a link in the description below.